Morning, everyone. Technology is wonderful when it works. I'll have to postpone a film till later. First thing, we'll start off with a slide from the Employee Gift Fund. Norma Jean's got something to say this morning.
Let me get her position for it first, okay?
Okay. Oh, you want to be on the TV?
No, sir.
No. I always have something to say. Good morning, everyone. Is that good? Okay. I am a member of the Employee Gift Fund. The Employee Gift Fund was started many, many years ago by residents as a way of tangibly thanking all the associates who work here. We all give them a thank you, I hope, but they do appreciate the tangible check at the end of the year. And for some of them, it makes a difference of whether or not they buy Christmas gifts for grandchildren or not. So it really does make a difference. I know that there are many new people here, but the donating to the Employee Gift Fund is totally voluntary. You can give as little or as much as you like. We do have recommended amounts, but because people are always asking, well, how much? What should I give? So we do have recommended amounts, but you can give as little or as much as you like. Believe me, they appreciate the thank you. Remember when you were a little kid, a long, long time ago, for all of us, I guess, but your mother asked you to do something, and then she said thank you, and you really appreciated it. But if she gave you some money to buy an ice cream cone, that was really something. Well, the associates feel the same way. They appreciate your thank yous, but appreciate greatly the tangible result at Christmas. So thank you very much, and don't forget them.
How are we doing on collections?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the collection amount, but I haven't seen Andrea. Is Andrea here?
No.
Okay. Well, come back next week, we'll tell you how much. Sorry.
After the birth history dinner.
Yeah, especially after the mystery dinner.
Yes. Thank you for those who were going.
You're welcome. I want to remind everybody of one meeting tomorrow at 2:30 is the In the Know with RO. I'm going to make that's 2:30 tomorrow, and amazingly, it's on the breezeway. I guess this room is occupied. So, if you have a question of any of the directors, the same directors that do come to forum, if you got any questions, concerns, whatever, you can meet them one-on-one, face-to-face, and discuss whatever you need to discuss. If you update on your work order, or if you want to go to the dining table and compliment them on a special dish, or say, hey, that dish was good, can you have it some more often? But not too often. But 2:30 tomorrow in the breezeway. The directors will be there. It's an opportunity for you to give them feedback. So please be there. Okay, Brent, we're on the show here.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so we're going to, let me take this down just a little bit. It's pretty loud. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to give you an update here this morning, and Don and Darwin, we're going to take care of this. And Darwin has an emergency here on campus that he's dealing with, and so Chris and I are going to fill in and try to give you an update. So we wanted to start with the asphalt. As you know, originally the plan had been to replace the tarmac. This is not to reseal it. We've done that a number of times in the past. This was actually to go in and dig it up and put down a new layer of asphalt that would last us another 30 years. And so we are moving forward with that. We've got our pricing in, and the pricing is good enough that instead of being able to do it in 5 years, we think we're going to be able to do it in 4 years. And so we are ready to start that project here yet this year and get the first segment done. It will be a quarter of the perimeter road. There was a decision that we had to make, and I think we have shared this with you. We looked at the cost of putting in a sidewalk, and this would have been a freestanding sidewalk. It would have been at code. It would have, because there were gradients across the campus, there were areas where it would have to meet grade requirements, and it would have required railings, and it was a sidewalk. And so the cost of that, we had allocated $50,000, and the cost came in at like $350,000. So we went back to the original plan, which was to widen the perimeter road somewhere between 3 and 4 feet, and that would allow us to have a pedestrian bicycle lane on the outside of the perimeter road to the right-hand side. And then, of course, we would stripe it and create a safe walking area for residents and for bicyclists. So that is still the plan. It came in, it was affordable, it was outside the budget parameters, but it was still doable. And so we're ready to get going on that. So now we need to have a brief discussion about where do we start. We know we can do about a quarter of the perimeter road this year, and our thinking is that we ought to start in the front. That is the front entrance, but there are a couple of areas we need to specifically address, and we're thinking particularly of that area outside the rear of the south service door that is dirt right now. We're thinking that's something we probably ought to include in phase 1. And then we have a similar situation over in the north building where we want to identify an area for the buses. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but the buses are leaving some pretty deep trenches in the grass, and so we wanted to take that section and asphalt that. Any thoughts that anyone wants to share on priorities and what you think we ought to address first? Does that sound like?
Parking for the staff instead of the street.
Yeah, that's not in this project. Roger?
I would recommend that for the walk area or bicycle area, that special lane, that you put reflectors in there. Maybe on the line on the inside, so you have an inside reflector to remind people, oh, wait a minute, that's maybe run across a bicyclist or walker.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Reflectors.
Okay.
Do any of those that you mentioned hook up to be 1/4 of it? Like where the buses are and the parking, and the part behind the south building?
Do they hook up?
Well, to make, if you're gonna do a 4th, can you get 2 things into a 4th somewhere?
Two
Doing
eighths,
a 1/4 of the project.
Right.
Yeah,
two eighths is what you're talking about, 2 eighths. An eighth on one side and an eighth on one side.
yeah, does it,
Um,
the area behind the south you were talking about?
Right.
Is that, would that be with the area where the buses park? Could that be a 1/4 of the project?
no, those two
Nothing
spots
hook-
are,
Nothing hooks up?
well, those 2 spots are too small to do independently.
No, I mean, do that for the 4th.
Is it part of the same project?
Never mind.
Right, so as the first 4th.
If it's all in the same area where people can't park until it's all complete.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah, I'm totally lost. But if you come explain it to me afterwards, maybe I will better understand what you're asking. I'm sorry. Okay, no more feedback on that.
I think I would start at the front entrance,
Yeah, that was
connect the sidewalk and bring it in as far as we can.
the thought, is to come in the front entrance and go left and right for at least far enough to get the south entry to the front parking lot of the south building.
Well, if you start at the front and you go to the north, you make that turn, you go north, you're gonna be competing with the construction truck
No, they're gonna be finished.
Yeah.
activity.
Keep our fingers crossed. Yes, you're absolutely right. If the plan is, we're hoping that they are out of here on November 9th. I'm not 100% confident.
As I said, in your dream.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. We wouldn't want to tear up that section of the asphalt if we're still under construction.
Just start at the front and go all the way around as far as the Fourth would go,
Mhm.
like over to Sylvan.
Yeah, go to the left. All right. So, grounds in the town hall area. This is gonna take two of us to do this. So you may recall that the original landscaping plan, now we understand that you cannot see this at all. But, let me borrow that for just 1 second. So you'll recall that the original landscaping plan is this area right here. Here is the new construction. This is the existing, building right here. You can see the lanais, running around the south building. And this is the, far southern edge of the building. And you'll recall that there, in this area, all the way from here, from that exit door to the end of the building, and then from the end of the building all the way to right there, which is the backside of the stage, this entire area was nothing but a single line of bushes. And so it was not very attractive. And we went back to the landscaping company and said, look, you need to really enhance the landscaping on this southeastern corner and dress this up. And so we're gonna walk through this. And can you read that, or?
I hope so.
All right, there you go. We're gonna tell you what that is. And I think they've done a pretty good job here. So Chris is gonna. All right, sorry. Chris
Can you move the
is
podium?
going, Chris is going,
Move the podium, that blocks
the
it.
podium. All right. All right, Chris is gonna point it out, and I'm gonna use the chart that goes with this to tell you what's actually, that is. So what is that?
ML1.
ML is a dwarf southern magnolia. There are two of them.
Where?
Where? There. Oh, that's better.
Right there.
Good worker.
What is that?
All right, what's next?
The SP.
SP is a sable palm,
Then we got an SR.
and SR is a bird of paradise.
You're not in the area that he was talking about.
No, not at all.
You're way north.
That's around the patio
Well, we'll get
on the
there.
north side.
This is a new fire pit, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, cause all that's being landscaped.
Yeah, there.
We'll get to the P-wing shortly. Then we got RA.
An RA
Right there.
is an RA. Oh yeah, there it is. A dwarf Indian hawthorn. There are 273 of those things.
And then we got a
The deer will eat
ZF.
those.
ZF.
The ZF is a cardboard palm.
Hey, we
There's
have
another one. How about FX? This is
FX is a philodendron, a Xanadu philodendron.
Yeah. We couldn't understand what
Then there's, I guess, SR, I guess.
SR, that's the bird of paradise, another bird of paradise.
Another FX.
Brent, what is a cardboard palm?
No idea.
We
Anyone
prefer
know?
real ones.
One made out of.
They're beautiful.
I hope they're
Rather have
beautiful.
real ones, right?
And here's SP. Again, it's a palm.
Sable palm.
Sable palm. For 2 points, Bobby.
And then there's another one here. And this is a DD. Right here.
DD.
DV, victory.
DV, a white African iris.
LE.
Is Emerald Goddess Lariape? Emerald Goddess Lariape.
Then we got a CE.
That is a silver buttonwood.
Silver what?
Buttonwood?
Then there's an S, victory, V, SC.
Dwarf variegated abricola? What is it? Abricola?
Now we're going around the backside. TR.
TR is a dwarf jasmine.
And there's another one right there. Right there. Is the number below the thing, how many they're gonna put in?
Maybe.
We said 73 for the here, and there's 104 here.
No, that seems like that's too much.
We covered most of these things repeating.
Okay.
Wanna go farther south? Right there. Now we're coming up on the P wing here. There's the ML again.
ML, yeah, dwarf southern magnolia.
Here we get in there the P wings, FG.
Guava tree, a pineapple guava tree.
We're getting our botany lesson this morning. And an LO.
LO. No idea.
Zero?
No, not on here.
The existing landscape stays. That's near closest to the building, it seems. They're gonna put in a wood retaining wall. There's an SB again.
Okay. So I guess that's.
That's enough of that.
Okay, we've worn out our welcome. So the key point that we want you to walk away with.
It would have been nice for the committee to have seen this ahead of time, which we didn't.
Right.
But I'm concerned about.
Microphone.
I'm concerned about the stretch on the southern end of the building there.
Show us where.
Well,
The
you know,
southern
between
side.
the P-wing, right down the bottom there. That's pretty well ripped up and hardly looks like any kind of plantings along there. In the sidewalk, you know what I'm talking about. Where the offices are,
Yeah.
Right here.
certainly I hope we're gonna do a little more there.
Well, they can't do too much here because of the sidewalk, so you
I
have
know.
a.
What, are you gonna just leave a brick wall there?
No, it's a single line of, there are two types of hedges. There's an LE and an SV.
And, is this planning gonna be supported by the drip system that they're gonna put in?
Yes.
Corey's doesn't think so.
Well,
Corey says, any extensive planning is gonna rip up a drip system in a matter of a year or so. Never gonna end up having to put in a regular system.
yeah, I don't think that's accurate. You know, a drip system is surface mounted, and so it shouldn't rip up anything.
Just telling you what Corey told me, the buildings and grounds.
Right.
Fred, I agree with Lou. Why hasn't the committee seen any of this or had any input whatsoever?
Well, the committee has seen all of the plantings because.
We have not.
Yes, you have. Because all of these plantings, from here all the way to here, which is where it stopped, were the exact same plantings that the committee looked at and approved. They have just continued,
When did we look at that?
way back in, it's been a year.
I don't remember seeing anything about planning.
Yeah, our subcommittee for building and grounds, the town hall subcommittee, looked at the landscaping plan.
Sir, I'm a
Not the
member
other
of the
committee.
building and grounds, they never came to us on that.
I
And
don't
I'm
know.
talking about the town hall committee.
Yeah, we looked at this.
No.
Yeah.
They all disagree with you,
Well,
Brad.
I mean, all right, I can pull the records and give you the exact date that you looked at it and approved it. But, you know, this was presented to the entire town hall subcommittee. We approved the deck. Don't you remember approving the deck?
Yes,
And as part of that deck was the landscaping plan. They were combined. Nope.
I don't remember the planning.
Well, all right, I can provide you with the date that you provided your approval.
Grant, this sounds expensive in the first place, and I don't mind admitting that I'm a fiscal conservative, but that wasn't there in the first place. Why don't you just replant what was torn out? I think there were like maybe 6 oak trees. You can't hear me?
Yeah, so you certainly, that's not gonna help. I mean, yes, we are always going to replace the oak trees that we take down, but putting oak trees up against the building isn't gonna work.
No, I'm not talking about up against the building, I'm talking about replacing what was there. It's more efficient, it's less expensive, let's once in a while save money.
Well, but it was nothing but grass.
That's okay, what's wrong with grass?
Well, if you're on the P-wing, you might have a major problem with looking at nothing but grass
And a wall.
and a wall. I mean, I'd object to that. I get it if you don't live on the P-wing, but if
You know, I
you,
feel for the people who live in the Peewee, because reportedly, some of them had to pay a scenic assessment. And maybe they should get a refund, but that's another story.
that's another story.
You know, keep it simple and effective.
Well, so, no, we're not gonna go back with just grass. That's not fair to the people on the P-wing, and, we're going to landscape that area, make it attractive, so that the people who are looking at it, have something other than grass and a wall to look at. That's the right thing to do.
Sounds good.
All right.
But they ripped up the construction, man. You're gonna put a hedge, which is gonna go 2 feet, 3 feet in the air. And that whole area there, they took the tree out, you know, by me, and a big oak. And you go look at it, it's all chewed up, there's nothing there.
This plan doesn't even address that.
I know, what,
They're required to put back the landscaping that they took out in order to do the construction. This is just the new landscaping for the new construction. There is quite a lot of, it's closer to over here, there's quite a lot of damage over here. All that has to be put back. Oh, sorry. Next slide, okay.
just skip it. Skip that. Skip it.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay. Update on Omicron, the BA5.
Omicron, O-M-I-C-R-O-N.
It's Omicron.
It's
All right,
not Omicron.
BA5.
If you listen to the TV announcers and read it in the paper, it's spelled correctly up there.
All right.
Omicron. There's not another N in it.
Okay, BA5. The new variant. Next slide. Okay, so here's what we're seeing. It's the prominent strain out there. 98% of all new diagnoses for COVID are BA5, and so it has become the dominant strain. What makes this particular strain unique is the fact that it has the ability to reinfect individuals who have previously had COVID. They have found that the infection rate for individuals who have never had COVID is significantly less, than the individuals who have had COVID. So this is the first mutation that we've seen. And all of the CDC and the CSS are both saying that we can anticipate another surge this fall. Now, last year, the surge began at the end of September, and they are anticipating that we're going to be seeing a surge that's going to also happen late September, early October this year. So, COVID prediction, and this is from the CDC, it's probably going to go up like a rocket and drop like a cannonball. And so that's really good news because it is not going to, this variant is not going to linger. And so we're going to see the penetration rates go up pretty significantly. You know that what we shoot for is about a 5%. And we've seen, if you'll recall, last fall we saw those rates jump up to 35% during the peak. So we're anticipating that it's probably going to take off like a rocket, but it real quickly is going to drop off because two things are important when we talk about BA5. One is, although it is highly contagious, it is has mild to moderate symptoms for anyone who has had the vaccine, and if you do get the BA5 variant, your symptoms are going to be mild to moderate. It's not likely that you will be hospitalized, and it's even less likely that you will die from it. So those numbers will help support a really rapid incline, but a really quick descent as well. So, do you need the booster? COVID, I'm not saying it.
Well, there's not, it is an OMN.
I'm not saying it. COVID is not going to disappear. It's going to be with us for years and years to come. It's going to be just like the flu. Every year we have a different version of the flu, and you're going to get a flu shot if you haven't already had it. You know that our clinics are getting ready to start, and so same thing is going to happen with COVID. Is every year you're going to have to get a localized COVID shot that's been addressed to go after that particular strain or variant of the disease. So we know it's going to be here. It's going to keep mutating. What they are most nervous about is that it could possibly produce an escape variant or one that could be more severe than what we're seeing right now. There is no indication that BA5 has a subvariant at this point. It is, as you saw, 98% of all the recent diagnoses are BA5, and so we know a lot about that particular subvariant and believe that that is manageable. In terms of the booster shot, next slide, I think I have one more. Yeah, the new booster for BA5 has been approved. CDC has approved it during the month of August. It's now available. Has anyone had it? We've already had a couple who have gotten it. We are going to be offering it. We're in the process of setting that up with Omnicare, who is our pharmacist, and so we will be offering that here at Regency Oaks, and we'll provide you with more information. You can take the flu shot and the vaccine at the same time or within the relatively same period. So if we're 30 days, if you get your flu shot and 30 days later you get your vaccine, that's perfectly acceptable. You can take them together within a short period of time. So we don't have a date for you now, but we are in the process of setting that up and making sure that we have the new vaccine clinics. Here is the marketing video that we've been trying to show you for a couple of weeks, and we're gonna come back next week and try to show it again. We may be able to download this thing up to YouTube, and so if you watch 732, Ginger's gonna try to take a look at this and see if we can't upload it so that you can have it.
You've spent years working hard to provide for your loved ones and secure a comfortable future. And now you're ready to enjoy the retirement of your dreams, filled with new opportunities, connections, and experiences. But the home repairs and maintenance keep piling up. And as your health changes, you worry about being a burden to your family, or worse, relying on your kids to manage your healthcare needs. At Regency Oaks, a life care community, you're free from these concerns. So what is a life care community? It's a community with guaranteed access to our full continuum of high-quality care for life. And that's peace of mind for you and your family. Regency Oaks is designed to let you live your best as you age, with countless opportunities for you to stay socially and physically active and mentally engaged with your environment. Living independently in your own apartment home with on-site assisted living, skilled nursing, rehabilitation, and in-home care available if you ever need it. We work with our residents to develop programs, classes, and events year-round, addressing various hobbies and interests, and we take care of home maintenance, housekeeping, and even transportation. Our community is built on a sense of belonging, a place where you'll find like-minded people who share your sense of volunteerism, exploration, and zest for new experiences. Experience is everything. Experience your retirement at Regency Oaks. Call us today for a visit.
So the interesting thing about this is that it's animated, and I don't know who studies this and comes up with it and how they determine it, but the animated portion of this is what seems to be attractive, and we will get more hits off of an animated video than we will putting out a very expensive custom-made video. You saw some of the professional photographs of our residents, but it's the animated video that seems to draw the larger number of hits. And so this is the first time we've ever done it. We're sort of excited to see what happens, and this is available. If you want to upload it, it's available on our webpage. So check it out. New construction this week. The windows are continue to be delayed, and they continue to be in shipping, and we just don't even know what that means at this point. This week they're going to start working on the abutment to the south dining room. So this section right here, the architect has rendered a new drawing, and so we'll get to take a look at that and see what it looks like. The sprinkler system has passed inspection, so it's now fully operational. The low voltage drawings are due this week, and we're also waiting for the electrical inspections so that we can proceed with that. There is one more slide, I think the next one. So on Thursday, the 22nd, they're going to be making the final electrical connections and bringing power to the building. And so there is a transformer over there behind marketing. That's the main transformer for the north building. And they are going to be trenching all the way from the transformer all the way to the building. And so as a result of that, we're going to close the perimeter roadway for the day, and both entrances to the community will still be open, but as you come in the main entrance, you are only going to be able to go south. So if you come in the entrance off of Sewell and you live in the north building, you're going to have to come in, turn left, go around the south building, past the nursing home, and go to the north building using the backside of the perimeter road. We also are going to have the Union Street open, and you'll be able to go left or right at Union Street, or at the perimeter road, but it's going to be blocked off over there about halfway up the perimeter road where the north parking lot ends. So you're not going to be able to access from the tip of the north building to the entry to the south building, including the marketing parking lot. So if you have caregivers or have guests who sometimes use the parking lot in front of marketing, that's not going to be available in your car. If you have it there, is going to get sort of locked in as we dig up those street. We are going to have to dig under the street in order to get this done. And they think it's just a one-day project, but for the entire day, we're going to have limited access to being able to use the full perimeter road. Make sense?
Yeah, right. What a prayer.
So they're not digging the road up?
They are digging the road up.
You said they go under the road.
They are, but they're going to dig. It has to go under the road, and the only way to do it, it's so big, they're going to have to dig up the roadway. Can't go on top of like wires above the roadway. It has to go under. So next Tuesday talk, Sherry will be joining me, and we're going to be presenting the 2023 operating budget. So we'll look forward to seeing you next week. And that's it. We're going to open it for questions. We got a mic coming your way, maybe.
What about the musical instrument that's sitting over there?
That is, great question. So,
What's the extra piano for?
this is for the town hall, and it's been donated. It is a relatively rare piano. Has anyone seen it?
Yes.
And it is. I don't play an instrument, so I cannot tell you. But it is a really upscale piano that has a beautiful tone, supposedly, and
What's the name on the thing above the keyboard?
Hardman. Does anyone play? Anyone come play us a tune and tell us if the tone's good?
Lorraine played it earlier.
What'd you say?
She said it needed tuning.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
So
Yeah.
does this one need tuning?
Yeah.
The black
Yeah,
one?
whenever you move them, you gotta tune them.
Yep.
And so when we get it relocated into the new town hall, we'll have someone come out and tune it.
Present grants, we have our baby grants. That is a grant.
That is a grand.
Grant, what is the story on the pipes in the, just outside the entrance to the north lobby? It looks like, you said they were gonna, that wasn't acceptable, but it looks like it's gonna stay.
Well, have you been over there this morning?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, they're boxing it in this morning,
Yeah.
and it's gonna look okay. But we just couldn't allow those pipes to exist the way they had them done, so.
They were planning on boxing in all the time.
What else? Roger got a mic coming to you. Got two mics coming to you.
Well, I'll take the pretty one.
Thank you very much.
Question about a hallway rumor.
Hallway rumor?
Hallway rumor.
Okay.
Be an expert in hallway rumors. So, we've heard that there's a lobby that's gonna be remodeled. And if that's the case, which one and how's it gonna be remodeled? No?
Haven't heard that rumor.
Okay. Well, it's out there.
Which building?
Well, that's part of the question.
No, that is news to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other issue I have is very serious, and it really rang home when I heard in that video display, quality service. We have a lady that's now located in the south building because the fire chased her out of the north building, and she needs help. Mary
Moynihan.
I would like you to go, after you get through with the program here, I'd like you to go over there and visit her for 5 minutes and see what she's having to contend with. She's been forgotten because she's got probably at least 20 boxes, some of them very big that she can't move. And all she's really looking for, if I understand it correctly, are two things. One, shelving, so she can empty the boxes. And two, some kind of review for her financial situation, because she's thinking that she's entitled to a refund.
Yeah, so I spend a lot of time with her and with Todd, her son. I'm in touch with them every week. And so the closet, she has ordered a California closet. And as soon as that gets in, we will go over and assist her with not only, we'll put up the closet, but we also will unload the last of the boxes that are out on the lanai. That is what goes in the California closet. And she's financially, we've addressed it with her and Todd, and she's fine.
All right, that's what I'll report to her.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very quickly, this is a commercial.
A commercial.
You have two great movies on schedule for this week. The first one is The Martian. It's sci-fi now, but it won't be in a few years. And it's called, and Matt Damon plays the part, main part, and it's excellent. If you'll see it, you'll enjoy it. And the second one is Under the Tuscan Sun. That's more of that's a woman's movie. But a chick flick.
He said that's a what?
Chick flick.
The Martian is fantastic.
All right, thanks for the plug.
Ron likes the Martian because the guy raised a garden on Mars.
There you go.
Botanist.
Hey, Brand, I have a question for you. Have you been to the south dining room and looked out the window?
Yes.
And so, can you tell us, what is your, one word, what was your reaction?
Lovely.
Excuse me, I have 5 cartons to be emptied and put into my linen closet. And I requested help for that for Leslie, and she was gonna send someone up. But till this day, those cartons are still sitting in my bedroom.
I'll take care of it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
As long as we're talking about commercials, this Thursday, Miss Kitty is having a birthday party, and half of the people who live here are coming to it. Thank you very much. I want you to know that at 12 o'clock is the first sitting, so come 15 minutes ahead of time. You don't need to come longer than that because you have an assigned table. And then at the 6 o'clock dinner, we want you to come 15 minutes ahead of time. And in the spirit of the Western, come dressed as a Western outfit. Our cast is all decked out, and the word is that when you come, they want you to park your horses and your guns at the door, along with your walkers. We'll have somebody there to help you put your walkers away, because this room is going to be crowded and we don't have any room for that. So when you hear the report afterwards, we're gathering the money right now, but it is substantial. And we are really proud to have given the amounts that we're going to give to the two funds.
All right. Going once, twice. Thank you very much.